Last week I went to an archaeology party where they were only looking for remains of a lower leg. It was a shindig. So this is stage 62, starting work on the lower right leg, and the T-800 did make an appearance in the last video. If like me you're doing the Agora build, that is the last time that you will see him this month, because all of the work that we're doing now is working below the right knee. So let's do a quick parts check. So part 1 is the lower leg joint, so there it is there, plastic. Part 2 is the lower leg part, so there it is. That looks, there's a little bit of a seam line there, but I don't think that's going to make it bother too much. Part 63.3 is the sleeve for the lower leg part. And then we have two PM3 by 8mm screws, of which one is spare, and we will need a screwdriver and we will need super glue and nothing else. So the first thing we need to be doing is taking this part, and we are identifying a notch just there, as you see there, and there's a little like a line, a runner. And then we need to identify this part, and you'll see there's a little groove cut in there, and what's going to happen is that is going to go over there like so. Now there you can see it rotates freely, but as it gets towards the top it's harder to rotate it, and then there it actually kind of clicks into place. And what they're asking us to do is just pop a little bit of super glue there, and that will fix that in place. Now, as I have a little bit of glue left over from the previous build, I will just place glue on there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm only going to place glue on the bottom 2/3. The reason for that is if you place glue all the way up to the top, you're going to get squeeze out. By only placing it on the bottom 2/3, it enables the glue to be pushed up to the top third. If it doesn't stick, you can always apply more glue, but obviously if you get a lot of squeeze out and the whole thing looks ugly, you're going to have a bit of a bad time. So this doesn't seem like it's attached by much, but that is actually a rather good fit, and I am surprised. Yeah, I'm just going to apply a little bit more. I think that's a little bit of a dubious. I'm going to apply some all the way down the line to about the length of that, and then I can apply this back on, and there we go. I'll just push that down a bit, and I think really this is going to be a case of leave it a while. It doesn't say to apply any glue down there, but you see there's a bit of movement, so my jury is out on this one. I'm going to apply just a little bit more there actually. You don't want the glue to be visible, obviously. Yeah, that's a lot better, much better. So there we go. I'll test that later on, but I think that's okay. So the next thing that we want to be doing is we need to take the lower leg joint, and on one of these there's a little, see this, you've got 5 circles, but these bottom 4, ignore those. It's this top one, there's a little cutout, and that should coincide with the notch there. And what we're going to be doing is looking at something like that. So that is actually the next stage. And then what we want to be doing is popping a screw into there. We'll drive that screw in, and then that will complete the stage. So let's have a look at this. So there's the hole with the notch. To we'll pop that in, we'll put the correct screw in, we'll check the screwdriver. Yep. And then what we want to do is bring this up to meet, so you've got the notch at the top, the hole there, and I'll drive that screw in. Remember, we're driving this into plastic, so the screw will tell us when to stop. And this is actually driving in a very long way. Just as it gets to the point where you think actually that screw hasn't gone into the hole, it suddenly tightens. So you will be screwing for what seems like a long time. And that's in nice and secure. And that is, unfortunately, the end of the stage. So what we'll be doing then is building on this over the next few issues. But this is the end of stage 64, and 63, sorry. And I don't think that's a disappointing issue, to be honest with you. This piece here that I'm not sure if it's on, it is actually on it is on, but should that fall off, you can now see it's not going to go anywhere. It'll just slide down. So that will be easily repairable if it's too. But the glue that I'm using, that is on there rock solid. Look, that is solid. So in fact it's not solid now. Right, so but I'll have to fix that one off camera, and I'll do it now. I don't like doing the off camera thing. So tiny drop of glue in there, push that down, and then that will set. So there we go, guys, that's the end of issue 63. I wonder what that hole is for. It looks like a screw hole to me, but we'll see in future issues. So there we go, guys, and I hope to see you in the next issue when we'll be doing stage 64, adding another part to the lower right leg.